Welcome back everyone, thanks for tuning in to another video review, and today we have the Gentle Giant San Diego Comic-Con exclusive McQuarrie Snowtrooper mini bust. Now I recently got this. I don't believe I remember seeing this, or if I even was collecting as many Gentle Giant pieces when this figure came out. I do want to say, I'm going to take a quick look at the package. Here we go. It's a San Diego Comic-Con 2011 exclusive, and that was actually the very first year I went to San Diego Comic-Con, so I wasn't too aware of exclusives and even Gentle Giant for that matter. I was still getting the hang of things in the collecting and Comic-Con world, but just recently for the holiday season, Puzzle Zoo or Toy Zoo had a deal, and with some rewards points I was able to snag this, and in a few days I was walking home and had this on my front porch waiting for me. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this mini bust. This is definitely a very different mini bust than we are usually akin to, because this is modeled after the McQuarrie concept artwork that Ralph McQuarrie had made for Lucasfilm and Star Wars when all the films were first being produced. And we've been having other figures come out like Luke and Vader, and I'm not sure if there were any other troopers or what else was released in the mini bust line, but I know Hasbro has released quite a few of the action figures in that form. And now that I think about it, I do believe Gentle Giant has the C-3PO concept mini bust as well. But this is my first McQuarrie concept mini bust, and it is just an absolutely phenomenal piece. It's one of my favorite pieces, even with the color scheme being so white as not only Stormtroopers but the Snowtroopers are. It is a standout piece in my collection, and I'm sure in anyone else's Star Wars or Gentle Giant collection that they can have. So as you can see, there are two helmets that come with it that are both interchangeable. I'll give a quick overlook of the packaging towards the end, but really quick, the second helmet, or I'm not sure which one is really the main helmet, but this is one that kind of looks like the current version in the Star Wars Rebels TV series, so I'm sure they took this style and modeled it for their Stormtroopers, but it's a very, I guess, generic, almost like a Rebel helmet look. So it's kind of just the mask portion with the visor, with the two vents here in the front, the logo, the V. I'm not sure if it's just a V or if it's supposed to stand for something else, maybe a ranking. But the beautiful gloss paint on it, you know, it's kind of soft and smooth to the touch. You have the black visor in there. And on the bottom you can see a magnet, which Gentle Giant has recently been doing for their interchangeable parts on their mini busts. I know like the Commander Cody holiday piece has the actual peg hole with the peg on the body, but this one is just a magnet, so it's a little bit smoother and easier and pretty sturdy, and you don't have to worry about the helmet falling off. So here's a view of the back. You can see the light reflecting nicely off of it. And then taking a look at the other helmet, this is actually my favorite of the two designs. As you can tell also, this helmet, when you put it on, it kind of rests in the one position, and I'll put the other helmet on to show you that you can move it around a little bit more. But I do like this helmet more. It does resemble more of the actual Snowtroopers we got in the film, with the almost like the neck piece or the cloak that goes around the face, and doesn't really have the vents as much. Kind of like it has these two ports, but not the vent holes in the middle. And then just the visor is a little bit different, a little bit thinner on this one, and the helmet piece goes a little bit longer. So it is a little bit larger of a helmet, and as you can see, there's the yellow stripe on the back and more symbols. I'm sure they are in the Empire language, meaning something to the Empire soldiers. And then putting on the other helmet, you can see it just snaps right in with the magnet, and you are more free to kind of change it in position for them to look in different ways. But whichever you prefer, both helmets are very nice, they fit well, and I just prefer this helmet to go onto it. And as I said, it fits right in with the chest pouch right there, so you can't really move it, but you know, no big deal to me. And taking a closer look, you can see the two pouches on here. It has kind of a rougher feel to it, so I really like that. It has the darker, almost a beige gray look to it, and the rougher texture and feel to it. as opposed to the helmet, which is really smooth, but also the white, it almost feels like sandpaper on this and more rough on the pouches. And then going to the gloves, it's again a smoother look. And you can see he is holding the binoculars in that hand. You have the nice silver paint app in the middle with the darker grays, a little bit of red right there. I'll get a close-up of that. It very much resembles, you know, like the Darth Maul binoculars, or even the binoculars the Sandtroopers and Snowtroopers use in the original trilogy. There's the utility belt. Again, all the nice detail, a little bit of wear and tear and dirt in the pockets. Some more, a little bit grayish outline. And in the backpack as well. I don't actually remember, now that I think about it, I'm trying to remember if the current Snowtroopers, whoop, don't want to lose my studio right there, or the background. I'm not sure if the current Snowtroopers actually had a backpack. I have to take another look. I know, of course, the Sandtroopers did, but I wasn't aware if the Snowtroopers did or not. I'm trying to think if they do, but I just get the overall visual of the full armor. And as you can see, I really like how they have the utility belt and the pouches hanging off the side of the base, so it gives it a nice feel to it. And then the blaster has a strap too that is flexible. It's the cloth feel to it. And a different rifle, of course, with the McQuarrie concept. So overall, like I was saying earlier with the Admiral Thrawn piece, not Akbar, that one felt like a museum quality mini bust, and this one does too. Just the way it feels and the paint apps to it, it's just a very clean and pure mini bust. It's, you know, it's a wonderful piece to have, and it's really a standout even with the colors being so bright and so white with it. It's just a wonderful piece. And real quick, I'll get the size of this as well. Let me zoom out. So if we get that in the shot, at the top of the gun, it stands about 8.5 inches, but the person or the body itself is roughly 7 inches tall, a little bit less than that. And as always, it comes with the certificate of authenticity. So there's a shot of the mini bust, and on the back, it's number 1508 out of 1800. And the bottom of the mini bust as well says the number. Move that off to the side, and taking a look at the packaging as well. It's quite a larger package. It's not a very wide piece, but you know, it does have the window box as some of the older pieces did. At the top here, if you can see it from the glare, it says San Diego Comic-Con Exclusive 2011, Imperial Snowtrooper, McQuarrie concept at the bottom, and Gentle Giant's logo. On this side you see the one helmet, and then on this side is the helmet that I keep on. And the back as well has a nice artwork piece from Ralph McQuarrie, and I actually didn't realize it, but the Snowtroopers do have both styles of helmets, so I'm sure whichever one they have on, either maybe different ranks or just preference of the Snowtroopers. And at the bottom right you can see again both helmets. And I'll zoom in and focus on this if you want to pause it and read it for a little bio about the Snowtroopers and Ralph McQuarrie's designs. So thank you again to Toy Zoo for sending this to me for the holiday season and for Christmas. Thank you, Gentle Giant, for producing another wonderful piece. And thank you all to the viewers. Thank you for the support. Be sure to like and subscribe my pages, and stay tuned for the next review.